Hi. So the final step of your seedling journey is going to be hardening off your seedlings. So again, pretend we're inside your living room, inside your kitchen, where this plant has been living, on the windowsill with the grow light on. So it's been living a pretty sheltered life. So we've got to get it ready for being outside. So we're not just going to throw it outside. We're going to gradually get it used to being outside. And that's for a few reasons. One is kind of wind and rain and the air moving around and the changing temperatures. Like if it's in your house, it's probably pretty consistent temperature. Temperatures change outside. But the biggest thing is you're actually getting it used to is the sun. So one thing that can happen to seedlings if they're not hardened off properly is that they get sunburned. Can you imagine? They'll get like little white spots, and that can be from a sunburn. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to take your seedlings outside.
Maybe just like for a few minutes, and little by little every day. And also like just not to shock them, like when you put them outside. So I think that's why we do the hardening.
Yeah, so I would harden off over about a week. So what I would do is I would take my seedling, put it somewhere like this greenhouse or just outside on your balcony, just for an hour or two to start, and then take it back to its nice protected spot. The next day, if I start with 2 hours, the next day I might do 6 hours, and then bring it in, and then 8 hours, and then finally maybe overnight. And then we're ready to go outside for real. If you don't have outdoor space like a balcony or a backyard or something like that, you can also just help harden them off by opening the window. Just get that little bit of wind and air just to kind of get it a little bit more used to the real world. The best thing to do when you're actually planting out your seedlings is you'll want to do it, if you can, on a cloudy day in the morning when it's a little cooler rather than, a hot June day. You might want to be doing it in the early morning just to give them a little bit of the best start at life. And that's it. You've grown your seedlings. Great job. So we are going to be doing some transplanting today. So first of all, we are going to dig ourselves a hole, as wide as what you're planting. So you can always double check by putting it inside there, just to double check that it's deep enough. And then I'm going to let this out of its pot. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put 2 fingers on here to support the plant, and then turn it upside down and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So that it comes out. Ooh, that all came out like that. So there's our piece. Now, this is with tomatoes. Tomatoes are an interesting plant because they'll grow roots all along their stem. Anywhere touching the dirt, they'll grow roots. So you might even have seen tomatoes fall over and then start growing roots where they've fallen over. So what that means, this one's not so bad. This one could just go in at the height it is, but sometimes your tomatoes have had a lack of light. They've gotten leggy. We talked about that earlier, where they've gotten a little bit thin and tall. So to give them a bit more strength, you can actually plant them a bit deeper. So we're going to do a little bit of that, and you can assess on your plants what you want to do. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch off the bottom leaves. Usually I do this without gloves. So I've pinched off the 2 bottom leaves, and I'm going to plant the tomatoes up to about here. Let me pinch off one more. So I'm going to plant that in here. Now this hole is a bit deep, so I'm going to make sure that, and so I'm going to kind of hold it up while I put the soil in around it. And there we go. One thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to label what you put in the ground. So I'll do that in a second. But more importantly, you want to water. Transplants have gone through a difficult experience in their life. They've just gone from their nice cozy home to the outdoors. So we want to give them as much of what they need as possible to be happy. So we're going to be just giving them lots of water. And with tomatoes, you don't want to water the leaves because, again, that's how you get disease. That's a good rule for most things. You want to not water their leaves. So that's it. That's our transplanting. Good luck and happy growing. To keep up with us, subscribe to our newsletter or
visit our website, thenorthgrove.ca.